It's so wonderful, isn't it? To see time marching on.
I love it.
Death riding his horse.
It's great.
Yes, so, the wand, madam.
Yes. You ready?
I'm ready. Oh,
wow.
Ah, this is just what I said. Funny.
Time marching
I must
on.
have had a premonition.
So there
Yes.
it is. That is the card. Death reversed is time marching on.
Yes.
Exactly. You're not tripping over dead bodies.
So, no.
Change has occurred, and you're leaving what needs to be left behind. Very good.
Very good.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job, Aries.
Or, there ought to be the month is concerned with getting rid of that which needs to be gotten rid of. Mm-hmm. The old, the worn, the outworn, the useless. That is all, again, to me, like a snake shedding its skin. Mm-hmm. In order for you to expand and to grow into a new skin, you have to let that skin go. So you have to slither out of it.
It's nice when you're doing that. It's reversed.
Not necessarily. We disagree.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't
because
think you will disagree.
when I see it reversed, there's difficulty in accomplishing that.
Well, I think that reversed it says that you're not tripping over the stuff that you were tripping over before. Maybe.
All right.
But it's happened very quickly. We agree on that.
Oh,
it came out of nowhere.
It came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So, in any event, the whole month is concerned with this endeavor.
Removal of that which has become
That's
worthless.
Right. That's right.
Useless.
Right. Finding in your life what no longer serves you.
It's kind of like that show Hoarders.
Yes. Throw it all out.
I love that show Hoarders.
I don't have a TV, so it's...
If you ever want to get motivated to clean up your house, tune into Hoarders. You'll be so appalled by the end of that show. You will get rid of everything that you own. You will call the Salvation Army and the Goodwill immediately. That's how I motivate myself to clean my house.
Walden Pond.
Walden Pond?
Yes, it reminds me of Walden Pond, where he goes to Walden Pond, Thoreau, and he lives in a home with nothing in it. There's no furniture. And then, he brings in a rock, and he looks at the rock, just to have something in there. And then he realizes, well, it's just gathers dust. So furniture and everything is just gathering dust constantly, and it demands that you get up and you clean constantly, and you're wasting your life and constantly maintaining your stuff. So you got to get rid of your stuff.
And that includes people.
And people too, but stuff. Useless, wasteful stuff.
And people can be stuff.
And people can be stuff too.
Yes.
Yeah.
If they're not adding to or enriching your life.
Right. They can be a little albatross around your neck.
Yes.
Weighing you down and keeping you from actually being able to grow and expand out.
And so if there's a relationship that needed to be killed off, I mean just the relationship.
Not literally.
Yes.
I don't recommend murder. No.
Then you would want to remove any shine of that individual from, like, you can block their texts, you can block their calls, you can remove any sort of photographic evidence that the relationship ever existed. Because really when it's over, it is sort of like tripping over dead bodies.
Right.
So
it's the initiation of this major change. Enough said. Let's move on.
Okay.
So to the next, yes, the wand.
Blessed.
Reversals here.
In the position of the challenge, we have the Six of Wands. Reversed. It's the Stump the Psychic card!
Let me think about this.
Okay, who can get it first?
Oh, God. Let me think.
I think I know what it means.
All right. You go ahead, because I'm still thinking about it.
All right. So, your challenge is basically to get...
I got it.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
No, okay. All right. Well, I believe that your challenge is actually, there's something that you're holding on to and you're not sort of like publicizing it. And the reason why I say that is I feel like that's why we're getting this death card inverted. It's almost like an announcement needs to be made and you're holding back, okay? That's how I see this. And it could mean that you're holding back. It could be a job situation where you've already lost tenure and you need to, for example, submit your what do you call that, Ava? I'm not going to work here anymore. What is that called?
Resignation.
Your resignation letter. That's it. But it could be, like a resignation letter even within a relationship. Okay. So there needs to be some sort of withdrawal publicly from a situation. And anyway, so that's what I got. What do you think?
That's very legitimate. I'm just thinking about it. And the two of them together are very interesting because they're both reversed. So what I feel is that there's something like, for instance, you're at a dead-end job.
Mm-hmm.
And you want desperately to leave.
Mm-hmm.
And you are unable to announce that publicly. Mm-hmm. You're unable to come out with it on a public forum.
Mm-hmm.
So your challenge is to
spin that around.
To spin it around and to no, because it's already in reversed. So there seems to be something to do with the timing of this.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, you can't prematurely come up. There's something holding you back from making this change.
Because, well, I think that it could have something to do with building your posse. I mean, that's sort of how I see it. Like there's got to be, so like a group, like a friend group behind you, or like a work group. You got to have people
behind you, enough people supporting you.
Yeah.
In this, whatever it is that you're changing, and you don't have it quite yet.
Right. Or it could even be you just don't really have, like everything sort of lined up.
You don't have everything lined up
to go forward in a public fashion.
That's it. So you can't make that dramatic move yet, and maybe you ought not to.
Yeah, well, that's what this says.
Yeah, maybe not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, but I see death reversed as a good card.
Oh yeah.
Like you're doing the work, but it's not time to make the announcement yet.
It's not.
So for instance, if it's a relationship and you're preparing to leave the relationship,
lawyer up.
And it is not time to make the announcement yet.
Right.
So get your posse behind you.
Get your posse behind you.
And,
don't just go out there and, go full guns, because that's not what is recommended.
Right.
All right.
It's good.
All right.
Yeah, and don't change your relationship status on Facebook.
That's right. That's an obvious clue.
Right. Make them ask now.
Right. So something about not being too overtly public.
Right.
Is what the card is suggesting.
Uh-huh.
Quiet. Keep it to yourself for a little while. Not yet.
Okay. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, third card.
Oh, what is all these reversals?
It is relationship.
Holy smokes.
Up comes the lovers.
Yes.
In the inverse. And we have two majors this time. So this means the lovers can speak to relationship, but it can also speak to partnership.
Mm-hmm. Partnership.
So a decision has been made, because the lovers is always about decision making.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Choice, yes. And because you can see, look at this card. We have these two, nude people with a sort of an eruption happening behind them.
Right,
so this has been sort of a tumultuous partnership.
Right.
And it could feel as if it could be true love. You could feel as if you've met your soulmate. However, according to this reading, something either within the relationship has died and you need to make a change, or the relationship itself has died and you need to make a change.
Or yeah, exactly.
But you cannot go completely public with that yet.
No.
Even though the decision has been made.
Right. It's very interesting. I wonder if the next one will... I'm so dying to see the next card.
Oh, I almost blessed it with a noisemaker, but that's going to be a problem. All right.
We don't want to... Yet another one, but look how beautiful that is.
Wow. Okay. Aries.
Holy smokes.
All right. So we have the 8 of Swords in the inverse, which is an awesome, awesome card. So if you've been feeling trapped in any way previously, and I'm thinking about last month, okay, because we did have the 6 of Swords in the position of the unexpected. So there's been some sort of escape here.
Right.
You know, it's like you're escaping a relationship. And this relationship is like a karmic, like, you know, this is like the big stuff, okay? Right. But it's time to sever, okay? It really is.
And you do.
And you do, yeah.
Yeah, you take off your blindfold, you find your exit.
Yeah, you do.
And you run through that exit.
Yeah.
And you escape what was confining you. I mean...
But it's almost as if you know, in the past you have sort of associated with your captors in a way that was, it's like Stockholm Syndrome.
It's Stockholm Syndrome. Yeah.
Right, where you're a captive, but you like it. You like it because you think that they mean well. And so you go, oh, I'm here because, oh gosh, they really have a great cause. Right. And I'm for their cause. And though they robbed me of my freedom. They robbed you of your freedom.
Of my freedom. Nonetheless.
Your mental freedom. Your mental clarity.
Right, my mental clarity. Nonetheless, I adore them. But now the blinds come off.
Right, it's like they beat you and you thank them.
Yeah, you get beaten.
Like,
oh, that was wonderful.
It's mental.
Because they convince you, they hypnotize you, that there's a greater cause.
Yes.
That we're all fighting for, and you're just a part of that. You're playing the victim, but
it's a victim.
Your role is very important. They convince you that your role is very important.
But there's the castle in the background on this card as well. So that is the carrot.
Right. So
there's just some realization that sort of is never going to happen.
It's never going to happen, and so you take the mental blinders off. And you escape. And what is interesting is that you don't do it
publicly.
And
you assemble your posse.
Yeah, you assemble, you in the background, you put it all together. And then you make your escape.
It's like Entourage, that show. Guy never travels without his posse. So you'll never be alone. That's the other thing I love about that. You're not going to be alone if you assemble your posse.
No.
Which this card is scary because there's some severing from this karmic partnership.
Right. There's a severing going on. And it's unexpected. You know, you didn't plan to do it. There is a preamble here to it in that internally, you have this urge to completely, radically change your life, right? But you're not ready yet. It's not time yet.
To make an announcement.
You
can change without making an announcement.
Yeah, you don't have to be. You don't have to be so.
Like loud-mouthed about it.
Exactly. Yeah. There you go. What an
you don't need, what do you call it, a bully horn? Is that what it is?
A bullhorn.
Bullhorn.
That's close. It's a bullhorn.
A bully horn.
You know?
The bullies get the horn.
Yeah, you don't need a bullhorn. Okay.
So, you don't want those bullies with horns.
That's right.
So, in any event.
Ooh, I'm worn out after that one.
Me too.
Whoa, that was a big one.
Let me take my crown off.
Hard day's work at
Piggy hold the crown. All right.
At the tarot caves.
Yes.
Hard day's work.
It's a hard day's work at the tarot cave. So now if you want to put us to work a little more and get a personal reading, Aries, I think that a lot of elucidation on this is needed here. Yes. I would if I were you, and elucidation not from us necessarily, but the tarot works in that it's like the conduit to your higher spiritual self or angel, angelic self that counsels you and helps you through this process so you don't trip up.
You're doing a good job.
You are. So come to virtualtarot.wordpress.com, please, and go to the personal readings page. Select your reading and then email us with your questions, and we'll be more than happy to help you.
And if you would like a counsel card, click below. They're very helpful. Please tune in to our documentary.
Yes, about CASSADEGA and this awesome place we're at.
And we're blowing our own horn.